Hi, welcome to the AIM on MS&T podcast. If you're tuning in for the first time, AIM stands for Academia, Industry, and Military, which are the main sectors that make up Central Florida's modeling, simulation, and training community. Our podcast focuses on different leaders in this ecosystem, and we talk about all the cool and innovative things their organizations are doing, trends that affect the MS&T field as a whole, and keep you up to date with what's going on. Even if you're not in the modeling and simulation community, welcome, and hopefully we can teach you a few things about a significant part of Orlando's economy that's second only to the theme park and hospitality business. I'm your host, Kate Finkel, and today we have Waymon Armstrong, CEO and founder of Engineering and Computer Simulations, also known as ECS. Waymon, thank you for being here today. And to begin, can you give us a little insight into your background and how did you start in the MS&T industry?
Hey, Kate, thank you. It's great to be here and appreciate what Team Orlando is doing right now as far as with this podcast. My name is Waymon Armstrong with ECS, Engineering and Computer Simulations, and started ECS 27 plus years ago.
Wow.
Orlando, I don't know if anybody's really an Orlando native, but my family moved here. I went to high school here. College was on one of those longer 4 to 5 year plans here. UCF, Valencia, and back to UCF. Started working as far as in the contracting field with the government and the military. Had the opportunity to travel to go some places and support in the warfighter in Haiti and in Kuwait. And then the opportunity came in '97 to start ECS, and it's been the greatest adventure I've had, probably after being married and a parent. So.
Yes, of course. And now, focusing more specifically on ECS, for our audience members who might not be familiar with your company, can you tell us how you established your firm? How did ECS become what it is today?
We started in what we felt was our sweet spot, coming back and bringing better visuals to the simulation time. This is 1997. Mm-hmm. You're talking about the image generated simulators weren't on your notebook computers. They were the size of refrigerators.
Yeah.
And you have to rent time to go ahead and use it. And I'll use the analogy. It's a poor analogy, but I'll use it. That we were like if you're building a house or the paint contractor. The visuals you're going to see, you're the last one in. All the money and time's gone, but it's
right.
The first thing they're going to go ahead and see. So we started that, hey, there's a business to go ahead and sustain this. And there was for our first couple of years, but it was feast or famine. And so we came up with the idea afterwards, let's use games for training at the time. So we were fortunate enough to start the first video game for the Army for training when it was Stricom back then. And this was in 2001. And to start building that. And it's amazing on how far not just technology's come, but some of the things on where it's branched off and what a commodity it's now become with everybody playing games.
Thank you for explaining that. Now that our listeners know a little bit more about your company and how you built ECS, what kind of projects do you guys have developing that you're especially excited about? Are there any cool collaborations on the horizon?
We've got several ongoing projects that are really neat, but I'll start off with one of our heritage going back is Tactical Combat Casualty Care TC3. It's a game that we were fortunate enough to work with the Simulation Technology Training Center, who has been a great partner and client for our first client nearly 25 years ago. If you were wounded in Vietnam, 24% of the men died in that platinum hour. As we went into Iraq and Afghanistan, that came down to 6% body armor and better medical care. We developed a game to train over 1 million combat medics that helped them with that. It's something we are still working on, that we've used it now as a platform for research to bring in not just head-mount displays, but to go ahead and also address haptic gloves and how we can go ahead and bring that experience not just for medics, but also as far as for a buddy aid, for helping as far as your buddy in theater. From that, we've really, what's exciting right now is in the haptic glove space, we're now working with military working dogs.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to be showing, come to our main show, ITSIC, I believe, as far as December 1st through 4th. You're going to wear haptic gloves. You're going to go through, as you pet the dog, you're going to feel it's just like the dog's hair with a haptic glove and head mount. It's that realistic.
That's amazing.
And what's fascinating is I'll sometimes go and talk to some different schools, and you tell stories of the projects we're doing, and we'll show videos. I will show the one on the dog, and it's not exciting, but people just have that connection with their animal.
Right.
Well, does the dog make it? Can we stay? Well, I've got some other things I want to show you that have cool old technologies. Oh no, I want to watch this and see the dog. So wherever I go, they always ask as far as about the dog.
I mean, yeah, it's always about the dog for sure. And as a member of the industry, what current events or business trends do you see as of this moment that are most likely positioned to affect the modeling and simulation business? For example, there's been a lot of talk about AI for some time now. Do you think that's the most likely game changer for the field, or is there something else out there that you think has the potential for an even greater impact?
The AI is first of all, we've been talking about for so long, and we were fortunate enough to start working some AI project coming back in intelligent tutoring nearly 20 years ago. I really believe that it's going to happen, but not as fast as I want to, because you have to have such a large data set to work with. And then also the fact is that there's pockets of research being used right now in our area in modeling, simulation, training to be addressed, but it has not been as far as put into a program of record and going ahead and distribute out to be implemented. I'm excited about that, but I think there's so many other things right now on how we're using as far as head-mounted displays, as far as virtual training, bringing that into a collected, distributed environment, how we now take that not just as far as saying CONUS, Continental US, OCONUS outside, but into the austere training environments that the warfighter has to deal with. So I think there's some really neat things we're going to see addressed with 5G to bring into as far as some of that training, and especially as far as in the medical field, but also AI is going to continue to become part of that as it's socialized, and really that those change agents inside government and military who make it a reality.
Now, changing gears a little bit, do you have any advice or words of wisdom for anyone starting their entrepreneurial journey?
I could take up the rest of the time and then some more time talking about that. Whatever you decide to be as an entrepreneur, you're going to be, I used to have a joke and said, when it comes as far as to be an entrepreneur, you only have to have two qualities: a high threshold for poverty, and that you have no problem with rejection, because we reject it all the time. I think more it's expanded going out, but whatever field you're in, you're going to always be learning, and that's one of the best parts of the job. And you're always going to be networking, because you're selling what you do, but you're also selling not just the clients, the people that you want to hire. And so for 27 years, there's people who we've touched in this room who've been fortunate that I've worked with, that they work with us, and that it's made a difference. And when I look back on 27 years, hey, it's not just exciting projects, it's a difference that we've made in the warfighter and the veteran's life. It's relationships and friendships we've made going forward. And I've really enjoyed that. I would tell you, there's some great resources if you're an entrepreneur to talk to. I'm always open to have a cup of coffee and take it. I think the infrastructure, the ecosystem here in Central Florida between the incubator, so the economic development associations is great. I think obviously if you're a veteran, how to go ahead and get to plug you into what's being done with some of those areas, like with camaraderie, to help connect. So I don't think there's a better time to be an entrepreneur. I think you have to also understand the sacrifices you're going to make being an entrepreneur, and that's not just you, but it's your family as well. And and I've shared stories as far as on that venture that my wife and I, as we were celebrating her birthday this weekend, and I'm walking in to have dinner, have a call with work, and she's going in to hold the reservation as we celebrate her birthday while I'm dealing with a proposal that's coming in, and then we're going in and sitting down joking about it. Then I had to step out and take a call. She's used to it. And so I would just say marry well is one of the most important things you can do as far as advice that comes to being an entrepreneur. But also know that there's people who want to, when we go ahead and brief our clients and give a PowerPoint, and we talk about the technology, the projects, the people we work with, what I say, but I never put on a slide, is we've made every mistake known to man and then some, and we're happy to share those with you. That's the same way I feel as far as when we talk to anybody who's an entrepreneur. There's a great book by a guy named Doug Tatum called No Man's Land: When You're Too Big to Be Small, Too Small to Be Big. He addressed it, hey, what's your market? What's your business model? How much money do you have? And the last one, most important one, is your management. So the people you have now are going to help get you there. And it's something that we all go through during that time, and you've got to be obviously committed to wanting to say, I'm going to go ahead, and you're going to make sacrifices. And I can't tell you, not just on a personal basis, but friends or events that, I've been the king of the red eye in my younger days, flying in to make something for one of my kids or my wife, and then turn around and head back again, or knowing that you don't want them getting your leftovers after you come over on a road trip, but they understand it. And it's funny of the the three kids, I know one is definitely not going to be in college and entrepreneur. One is a maybe, another one hasn't made a decide because they've seen growing up. But the fact is, you go to any airport, maybe except Orlando because we've got so many tourists, half the people there either have their own small business or work for a small business. So it's such a great part of our economy, and I'm really thankful and grateful that Team Orlando makes a point to help local and outside as far as small businesses succeed.
That's great advice. I know our audience is really going to appreciate it. Waymon, thank you for sharing your insights today. And to keep everyone updated on future events in the modeling and simulation community, check out our website, teamorlando.org, and you'll also find us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook for more recent news and upcoming events. We have some exciting things coming up in the next few months that you will definitely want to be a part of. If you're interested in being a featured guest on AIM on MS&T, please reach out to Team Orlando News. The link will be below. With that, we are going to wrap up this episode. Again, I'd like to thank our guest, Waymon Armstrong from ECS, for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow the AIM on MS&T podcast on your platform of choice, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!